Hans the Hedgehog. Once upon a time, in a little village, there lived a farmer and his wife. They had everything to keep them content. Everything but a child.
Oh, look how happy they are. Their houses are filled with laughter and joy. Ours is filled with corn and potatoes.
I know. I too want to play and hold a child of our own. Oh, to hear the patter of little feet.
Yes, just like those.
Those belong to a hedgehog, my dear.
I'd love my child even if they were a hedgehog.
After a while, the wife gave birth to a little boy. However, her husband noticed something strange.
What are those? And doesn't his face look different?
I don't know. Maybe we should ask the doctor tomorrow.
But a visit to the doctor never arrived. The wife had promised to love her child, even if it were a hedgehog, and that's exactly what he was. The small marks on the baby's back had started to grow into tiny quills, and his face now resembled a baby hedgehog. But his lower half was that of a human.
How will we raise him?
We will raise him the only way you must raise a child, with love. Let's call him Hans.
Hans grew up with all the love his family could give him. But due to his quills, they could never hug or touch him. He would sleep on a stack of hay near the fireplace.
Hans, dear, can't you use a spoon?
Mom, the spoon doesn't work well for me.
Hans wasn't accepted by other people either, whether a child
Hey!
or adult.
Oh, keep away from my son, you monster!
He was always alone, and as he grew, he craved companionship, but he knew he wasn't going to find it there. So, he decided to leave. His mother was most unhappy, but gave Hans a farewell gift. It was a pendant.
It's lovely, Mom, but I cannot take this.
It's an enchanted pendant that will endow you with just one miracle when the time is right, after which the pendant will crack. You must take it. For me.
Thank you, Mom.
Here's what you asked for, son. Bagpipes, some hens, goats, a donkey, and ostrich.
Thanks, Dad. Goodbye.
Hans rode the ostrich and, waving goodbye, left them to seek his own life and fortune. He visited many lands and dwellings, but was never welcome. His appearance made it hard for him to make friends. No one would go near him, and he was always mocked at or greeted with stony glares.
I failed to make any friends. They judge me so easily. Maybe it's better if I stay away.
And so, over the months, Hans built himself a small wooden cabin in the woods and began living a solitary life. He sold eggs and milk on the quiet in the town and would in return receive his groceries. And to pass his time, Hans would sit himself on his ostrich on a low branch in the woods and would play his bagpipes. Now one day, a king was passing through the woods. He wandered around lost and upset.
How annoying. How will I ever get out of here? What is that? There's someone there. I'm saved.
He rode his steed, following the music, and finally reached Hans. The king stared at him, quite stupefied, seeing a half-man, half-hedgehog sitting on an ostrich playing bagpipes.
Hello, I'm lost. Could you point out the way out of this wood?
Hans looked at the king and thought to himself,
This man is a king. If he's asking for a favor, maybe I can ask for something in return. A king never breaks his promise. I will help you, but in return, I wish for something.
Whatever it is, I'll grant it. You have my word.
Upon your return, the first person to greet you will have to come live with me as my companion. Willingly, of course.
The king was a bit taken aback, but he'd already agreed. Hans showed him the way out of the woods, and the king soon reached his palace. As he neared, he saw two figures approaching him. One was Rudy, his dog, and the other was…
Carla, no!
Father!
Oh dear, oh dear. Rudy, come here, boy. Rudy!
The dog rushed forward hearing his name.
Come on, Rudy! Rudy, no!
The dog stopped midway, and Carla leaped into her father's arms.
Father! Why are you happier to see Rudy instead of me?
Oh, Carla.
He explained everything to her.
Oh dear. Well, it's okay. A promise is a promise, and I shall go to him when the time is right.
A few weeks went by, and Hans arrived at the palace. Carla took a few of her belongings and went to live with him.
Oof, I've built you your own room. I've tried to make it as nice as possible.
It's lovely. At the start, Carla was quite homesick. She longed for her father and mother's love.
How I miss them.
Oh! Hans tried hard to make Carla feel as welcome as possible. And in time, she began to feel a little more at home.
Thank you, Hans.
You're welcome. Princess, I'll be going to the town today, so…
Can I come with you?
Okay?
They both went down to the town, Hans all cloaked up. There he made his usual transaction, while Carla observed everything.
Ugh. Hurry be gone already. You're scaring my customers.
Of course.
What was that about?
Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about… Oh!
The wind blew off his hood, revealing his face to the passerbys. Some were horrified. Others mocked him.
Monster! Go away!
How dare you!
Carla, no. Come on.
As they went home, Carla grew sad, understanding that this was the way Hans had been treated his whole life.
I was no different at the start either. No wonder he wanted a companion so badly.
But what Carla didn't know was that Hans was already quite happy that she was there. The two grew closer as they understood each other better. Now, as time went by, Carla's mother, the queen, was most upset. She had been furious about Carla leaving to stay with a hedgehog human creature. But now she had come up with a plan.
Tonight we shall go and bring my daughter back. You will tie up the creature and imprison him.
And so when the moon was up and bright in the night sky, the queen and her soldiers stealthily made their way to Hans's dwelling.
Ugh, my little baby stays in that hut? Oh, go and get her out immediately.
The soldiers crept inside and gently lifted the sleeping princess out of the cabin. They placed her inside the carriage, careful not to wake her.
Hurry.
The carriage rode on as carefully as it could. Meanwhile, Hans was woken up and bound.
Hey, wait! What? Carla!
My sweet Carla. Now everything will be fine. Oh! Ouch! Oh, where am I? Mother? What are you? Shh, it's all right. I've saved you. Saved me? No. Where is Hans? That creature will be taken away and imprisoned. The soldiers must have already. Wait, Carla? Carla?
Carla ran through the dark and cold wood.
I must reach him in time. Hans!
She ran and soon heard some voices. She found Hans being led away by the soldiers.
Stop! Leave him!
Carla!
I am so sorry, Hans.
The queen came up behind the princess.
Carla! Leave that creature be! His name is Hans. He is not a creature. Leave him, or I'll take you home by force. What? What's that?
The growling grew closer and seemed to come from every side. Then from the bushes emerged a huge tiger, its eyes glinting.
Ah! Protect the princess! No! Hans!
Carla, no!
Carla leapt towards Hans at the same time as the tiger, and what happened next, no one could imagine. The quills on his back shone brightly and circled around them. The dazzling light and bright prickly quills scared the tiger away, saving the two.
Huh? Oh, Hans?
What?
Hans had turned into a human. His quills and snout had all disappeared.
But how? Oh, the pendant. It's broken.
The pendant had bestowed its miracle on Hans and had protected him and Carla, having witnessed his unending kindness and Carla's bravery. Hans's curse had now come to an end. Hans moved into the palace on the queen's request as an apology for her behavior. He now had more friends and people to speak to, but Carla was the only one he truly cared for. And over time, they married each other.
Hans! They look so happy.
I hope so. They brought me up with so much love.
If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't know what it's like to be different. I do now. And when I'm queen, I hope to rule my kingdom in a better way.
To those who feel different, you'll be a magnificent queen.
With you by my side, of course.
Hans had proven that no matter how different you are, you fight and never give up. Remember, no matter how different we may be from each other, we are all equally deserving of kindness, understanding, and love.